Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yolanda Melody. I don't use deodorant and I haven't used it pretty much my whole life. And for some people this might sound absurd, it might even sound gross, but honestly, I've never felt the need to even use it, except for maybe on the rare occasion many years ago. But now that I have more information about the toxic ingredients that are inside deodorant, I honestly wouldn't touch it with a barge pole now. And the same goes for perfume as well. Now, before I carry on, I understand that there are people out there that feel like they really need to use deodorant. And this isn't about shaming anybody about whether they smell or not. What I want to do in this video is to open people's minds to the reality of what these products might be doing to the body. And by the end of this video, obviously, I will come up with solutions and alternatives, but we need to start from the beginning. So our skin is constantly detoxing. When we have toxins in our body, it comes through our sweat glands, and as we all know, one of the main areas is our armpits. Now, I've been lucky enough to have been brought up to be very conscious about what I eat. However, I have gone through phases where my diet has been really bad. But I do believe that because I'm conscious of what I eat, that's why I've never felt the need to have deodorant. The reason why I get so angry about the cosmetics and the pharmaceutical industry is that they never seem to be interested in telling you why you're suffering from a certain ailment. Their mission is to just sell you a product that's going to get rid of the symptoms or mask the symptoms, and then that's it. You just keep buying the product and you keep using it. But here's where the problem lies, because once you start to learn about toxic ingredients and what they do to the body, you start to realise that this is a whole web of carefully constructed lies. And it's not just about selling you a product. In most of these products are toxic chemicals which actually harm the body. For example, with deodorant, one of the most common toxic ingredients is aluminium and parabens. Now, studies have shown that parabens and aluminium are linked with cancer. Feel free to do your own research on this. I'm just pointing you in the right direction. There is an array of health problems that can manifest when exposed to these chemicals. Now, if you're putting these chemicals on your skin on a daily basis, the body will try and fight it, but in my opinion, it's just a very unnecessary attack on the body that you could do without. I also want to go on a little bit of a sideline that is linked, that opens up the discussion about smell. So every human on the planet exudes pheromones. Different pheromones are released by men and women, and a person's smell or pheromones that they give off has a very strong effect on physical attraction. Something that I discovered recently from an Elliot Hulse video was that he was talking about women who go on the pill. So when a woman goes on the pill, it tricks her body into believing that it's pregnant. And this causes obviously a massive hormonal change in a woman. And because of this, the pheromones that she gives off change, but also it changes the smell that she's attracted to as well. And apparently there are stories of men who've been with a woman who was on the pill, they've got married, the woman has gone off the pill to try for a baby, and suddenly she's no longer attracted to him because of the hormonal change. So this is how strong pheromones and smell are. It can literally change our perception of whether someone is attractive or not. Now, in this day and age, when it comes to dating and sexual attraction, I believe that everything is just all up in the air. Nobody knows what they want anymore. Well, most people. A lot of people are very confused and have hormonal imbalances that are going on, and it does make you wonder, is this deliberate? So many people wear deodorant, which is changing a person's scent or masking someone's scent. So many women wear perfume that has synthetic pheromones in the perfume. And it makes you wonder, why do I need to buy pheromones when they're naturally flowing through me. Again, I have to credit Elliot Hulse for this section of the video because I found this to be so interesting, and I do think that, I don't know, maybe I've butchered it a little bit, but I just had to include it in this video because I feel like it leads you through a train of thought that kind of causes you to click the pieces together. We're encouraged to have a bad diet. There are adverts absolutely everywhere all the time advertising for you to eat junk food, chocolate, McDonald's. All of these things cause toxin overload in your body, which causes you to have to sweat out the toxins, which potentially gives people a strong, unpleasant odour, which they then have to mask with chemicals that are laced with toxins. You see where I'm going here? You're then putting more toxins on your body, which are then attacking your body even more, which potentially can cause illness in the long term. And on top of all of this, it's disrupting your natural physiology. I have had relationships in the past, right, where the guy has worn links. Now, you know in the adverts where all the women are running towards the man and taking their clothes off because he's wearing links, right? Those adverts aren't far off. Lynx is laced with so much synthetic male pheromones, and I honestly can tell you now that many, many years ago, I noticed a difference in my attraction in previous partnerships. When the guy was wearing Lynx, I was a lot more attracted to him, but when he'd forgotten to use it, suddenly I was getting the ick. But this was many, many years ago when my diet was bad. I think nowadays, because I'm more in tune with my natural rhythm, I now can't stand being around any kind of toxic smell. And this is what you'll find when you go more natural. Your sense of smell will come back to what it was supposed to be. You know how animals have a much stronger sense of smell, and for a lot of humans, ours is quite weak. Do you ever feel like it's weak because we're exposed to so many toxic, strong smells all the time? Something to think about. There has been so many occasions lately where I've been walking into a shop or down the street even, and a woman has walked past and her perfume is so overpowering that I literally don't even want to breathe the air. And she'll be walking like, she'll be meters and meters away. She'll have just simply walked past and I can still smell this smell as if my nose is in the perfume bottle. It's so sickening. And it's a shame because these women are spraying the perfume on thinking that it's making them more attractive. But what it could actually be doing is putting people off and making them want to leave the room. Another thing is Glade plugins. I'm probably going to do a whole video about them because I viciously hate Glade plugins. If someone has a Glade plugin in their house, I will literally take it out the wall. And if they insist on keeping it plugged in and turned on, I will leave. And the thing is, right, some people, they just want to smell a nice, pretty smell, right? But some people are doing it because their house smells and they're trying to mask a terrible smell. And it's like, why not just get rid of the thing that's making the house smell? Don't be masking it. So anyway, I'm going on a tangent. What can you do if you really, really can't stop using deodorant and you feel like you'd have no friends if you stopped using it? This is my advice. Obviously, assess your diet. Try and eat as little processed foods as possible. Do you have a lot of alcohol? If you follow my channel, you know that I've never eaten meat, ever. However, I do eat fish. I do feel like meat contributes to someone's odour being stronger than they like. Another thing to bear in mind is that your body gets used to products the more that you put them on your skin. So you might have a good diet already, but maybe your body is so used to the deodorant that it's actually fighting against it, if you get what I mean. In which case you've got either two options. You can go cold turkey and just stay in the house for a few weeks. Try and wean yourself off the deodorant, and also bear in mind that there are certain deodorants that are worse than others. For example, the spray-on antiperspirant one that's in an aerosol can, that is the ultimate ultimate worst. I've never used one of those before. I would say that roll-on deodorant is at least better than that. But there are some natural options as well. If you still want to continue using deodorant, there are certain brands that are aluminium free and paraben free that you can get from Holland & Barrett, or maybe I'll link some below. The only thing to bear in mind is that there is a lot of greenwashing going on nowadays. If you don't know about greenwashing, I will be doing a video on it. Some of these companies profess to be natural and have only natural ingredients, but when you actually look at the ingredients, it's just a bunch of chemicals and they've just marketed it to look like it's natural. There is a deodorant that I have that I've just kept in the cupboard for many years and I just don't really use it at all, but I keep it there just in case. You never know. So I'll link that one below as well, but ultimately I think the goal is to just stop using it altogether. But if you must use deodorant, at least try and go for one that hasn't got these chemicals in, because there really isn't any need and it's doing more harm than good. So anyway, that was my video on why I don't use deodorant. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this. Do you guys use deodorant? Is it just me? Do you guys know about the whole thing with aluminium? Do you have any natural deodorant that you would recommend? Or do you think it's all just shit? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to drop me a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Love you, bye!